How to use iPhone emergency SOS satellite messaging to reach 911. Being in an emergency without a way to contact your family or 911 is a scary thought. Big weather events can wipe out homes, phone lines, and power lines, making the usual cellular or Wi-Fi networks impossible to use. However, if you have an iPhone, you can connect to a satellite to call for emergency services or send messages to your loved ones. Pixel 9 users can also connect via satellite to reach emergency services. It may sound complicated, but don't worry. Your phone does most of the work. Head outside and find a spot with a clear view of the sky and the horizon. Tall buildings and trees can interfere and prevent the phone and satellite from connecting, so avoid standing under them if possible. Hold your phone as normal and let the device direct you which way to turn so it can find the satellite. Satellite texting iPhone. There are two different satellite communication methods on iPhone: emergency SOS via satellite and messages via satellite. So, what's the difference? Need a break? Play the USA Today Daily Crossword Puzzle. Emergency SOS via satellite connects you to emergency services, while messages via satellite will allow you to send texts to Apple and Android devices. Emergency SOS. Your phone tries every possible way to connect when you dial 911. If it's unsuccessful, you'll see the message icon with a small, red SOS on it. Tap this, then answer the prompts that appear. This will help connect you to the right agency. Then, a text thread with the emergency responders will be started, in which you may be asked additional questions. Get the daily briefing newsletter in your inbox. The day's top stories, from sports to movies to politics to world events. As your device connects via emergency SOS, it also shares your location and medical ID information with first responders. Your location is also sent to any emergency contacts you have in your phone. The emergency SOS via satellite feature requires an iPhone 14 or later running iOS 16.1 or later. Note, some local emergency numbers might require iOS 16.4 or later. Messages via satellite. Your phone should automatically prompt you to connect to the satellite, either on the lock screen or in the messages inbox. However, you do need to have the sender's text message setting toggled on in the messages setting. Messages sent via satellite will take longer to send and can't support sending things like pictures, videos, or group texts, but it does support sending texts to Apple or Android devices. Messages via satellite require an iPhone 14 or later running iOS 18. Apple says the feature is free for 2 years with the activation of an iPhone 14 or later.